Alright, what's up everybody? Coming at y'all again with another very helpful video. You already seen the title of the video, Complete Guide to Healthy Shoulders. We got a list of exercises I'm going to be doing here. We're going to be starting out with some incline Y's and T's. You want to get your bench set up somewhere about this angle here. I believe it's about a 45-degree angle. Keys here, you want to stay very light. Just using 5 pounds here. You want to work on fatiguing the muscles. Like I said, don't worry about the weight as much. You really want to burn and fatigue the muscles. Come on down. Now when you sit, first thing you want to do is bring your chest, or first off, bring your chest up, roll your shoulder blades all the way back and down like this. My back's completely flexed right now, that's how you want to keep it. Now for the Y's, keep your thumbs up. You can do this with dumbbells too, I'm just using the barbell blades. Here, keep a slight bend in your arms. Don't want to have them straight, don't want to have them bent like crazy, just slight bend. Keep this posture, just make a Y. Bam. Slow it back down. Up. And back down. Now on these, play around with the negatives, like you see me holding them here. Work on something like this, holding them. From here, holding them. Like I said, you want to make the weight as heavy as possible, or as hard as possible without going as heavy. So, do 5-second negatives, do 10-second negatives. You're going to really be feeling this a lot in, kind of hard to show, but beneath your shoulder blades here, retractors, all this below it. Now, well, that's going to be working on these T's too, I'm going to show you. Your scapular retractor, that's going to be pulling your shoulder blades down and flat back like this, which as you see, I'm kind of over exaggerating here, forward posture, but when you bring them down and back, it kind of external rotates your arms here in the socket, opens up your chest, and you're going to have more space in your shoulders. Very good for posture, especially if you sit at desk all day and have much better posture, which majority of people do now. Next exercise, those are the Y's. With these, same thing, there's 2 variations of these. For the Y's, always go thumbs up. For these, the T's, you can do 2 different variations. You can do palms facing forward like this, same thing, chest up, roll back, or out to the side. Like I said, you can just hold these like this. You want to really work on those negatives. Just going to be hitting the same muscles, a little bit different way. Or you can do palm facing each other, same thing. Now I say you at least want to be doing 15, shoot for 15 to 20, you can even go higher than that. You just really want to burn your muscles out on these. So the first exercise, that's the first exercise, the incline Y's and T's. Now we'll come on to the second exercise. I normally use a broomstick. I advise you use a broomstick. This has a teeny bit of weight to it because it doesn't have any weight. But these are called dislocates. Come up here. Now again, these are really good for the same thing. Open your shoulders up. You want to get a grip. First start wider until you can work in, okay? You don't want it to hurt. If anything actually hurts, you know what I'm saying, don't do it. Start out wide. If you're standing up, chest up, squeeze your glutes and abs right over the top. Right back over. You can stop about right here, or you can come all the way down to the front if you want to. You're going to feel a stretch in your pecs and your front delts. Same thing, this is really going to open up the front of your body, strengthen the back of your body, open your shoulders up like crazy. Notice my hands when I come back. How my palms start to open up. Now when you get really good at it, you can keep your hands, you want to work up to getting your hands staying on the bar. See how it externally rotates my hand more, my arm more? And the better you get, the more you can keep your hand on the bar. And that's what you want. The more external rotation on your arm, the better, the more it's going to open it up. So that'd be the easier variation. Now the harder variation, you go to the floor. I like to use the standings more for warming up and these more for working. So get on the ground, plant your feet to the ground. You'll already flex your quads. I'm gonna start from the bottom up. Flex your quads, flex your glutes, brace your abs. Same thing as the Y's, bring your chest up really good. Get the same grip. You wanna have everything flexed throughout the whole movement. Here, keep your neck neutral. Don't be doing this. Don't have it down. Just kind of keep it neutral with your back. Right over to your butt, right back. Right over to your butt, right back. That's how those look. You're going to be feeling those burning like crazy. Down your spinal erectors and your scapular retractors. All right, everybody, on to the third movement here. You're going to need a bar of some sort or something to hang from, a tree, anything. You're going to start with passive hangs. These are super, super good for your shoulders. Going to really stretch out your lats, really open up your shoulders as well. These are going to help with any kind of overhead pressing. If you're into Olympic lifting or CrossFit, when you do snatches. Again, any of these movements are going to always open you up more. It's always better to have a tighter back than a tighter chest. Always want to be more open this way. Come here, always use a complete grip. Go right at shoulder width. I've even found closer works better for me. You can play around with the grips. Don't go any wider than shoulder though. Just hold them there. Now ideally, you would be able to hang straight, but I'm a little bit too tall for this one, so I have to bend my legs back. Ideally, you'd be able to do a dead hang, but just get on here, ease into it, get a dead hang. You're going to feel your lats stretching, you're going to feel your low back, decompress, it feels amazing. And see, notice my head, you don't want to let your shoulders fall all the way up. Come get closer. Look at my shoulders compared to my ears. You want to let your shoulders and your head just sink completely into the middle of your shoulders. That's how you know you're getting a good passive hang. And you want to do that for basically about as long as you can. It's going to tax out your grip if you push it all the way to failure. So I normally stop a little bit shy of failure. If you want to build up to that, it's really good. Again, if you're sitting, your back's getting decompressed a lot. If you're doing running, that's compressing your spine. I mean, if you're sitting, it's compressing it. Doing squats, it's compressing it. Deadlifts, it's compressing it. Overhead pressing, it's compressing your spine. Anything you're loading your body with, you're compressing your spine. So it's really good to decompress your spine. So do passive hang is really good for that. Now, here's another variation of these. This is again going to be working as scapular retractors, active hangs. Get the same grip, again, always full grip. Come down. Same thing. Okay, you just want to retract your scapulas and then back down. That's one rep. Retract your scapulas, back down, one rep. I'll take my shirt off so y'all can see the muscles, like kind of what it's doing. It's hard to explain, but your scapular retractors here, you don't want to use your lats at all. You want everything just to be pulling, basically retracting your shoulder blades together. So come into your dead hang, retract your scapula, and just kind of bring in your sternum up. Focus on pulling. Now mostly, you're going to feel it here, again up. Your scapular retractors, again, it's going to be working on pulling your shoulder blades down and back. So that's the third, on to the fourth move. All right, everybody, on to the fourth tip here. It's going to be band internal and external rotations. You've got a couple variations on the external. Again, always work your external a little more than your internal. It's always better to be a little bit more pulling than pushing. Your band external, sit here. You know, get the tension you want. Always start out light again. These muscles are very small on your shoulder, your rotator cuff muscles. Working on fatiguing them and really getting the burn. It's not about the weight. You want to keep your arm 90 degrees. Keep it right here. You don't want to be moving it. You don't want to be, when you're pulling, you don't want to be pulling down or pulling up. Keep it right at 90 degrees. Bam, right there. And again on these, really focus on the negative. Out, you can even hold it. I hold them sometimes. You know, you can do a 5 to 10 seconds, just, you know what I'm saying, get crazy with it. You just really want to do as much as you can with the lightest weight possible to make it the most difficult. So just out, hold it, come back in, really resist it. That's your external rotation. Now that's one variation, and there's another variation. Face it. Same thing, come here. You wanna get your arm at 90 degrees again. Bam, right there. Resist it. Right there. Same thing, it's just working your rotator cuff and a little bit different of the motion. It's gonna build up the strength in another range of motion. Again, this would be good for like cleans or a muscle up. This is very good for a muscle up as well. So that's the two variations on the external rotation. Now for the internal rotation, just face the other way, it's simple. Same form, elbow right at your side here, 90-degree angle, and you're just pulling right across your body. Same thing, resistant really good. Now you're always gonna be a little bit stronger on the internal than you are the external. So keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? You might have to step a little bit further away to make it as difficult. The same thing, you know, get a little stretch, come right across. Now you will feel your pecs working a little bit in this, and that's really why you're stronger, because your chest comes into play. That's gonna be it for the internal and external rotations. Make sure you add those in. That's really gonna strengthen them up. A lot of the other ones have been opening them up and strengthening the scapular retractors. This is more working on your rotator cuff muscles. Now on to the fifth tip. All right, by the fifth tip here, I've kind of alluded to this throughout the video. You want to make sure you're doing more pulling than pushing, because if you're always doing pushing, I ran into this problem. I got impingement in my shoulder. You do all the pushing, you work your chest and your front delt a lot, doing a lot of pushing, and you don't work your rear delt and back enough. Your bone here sits in this socket. If this front delt becomes overdeveloped and your rear delt's underdeveloped, it's gonna pull this bone in the socket forward. So then when you go to lift your hand up, I don't know the damn name of the bone. I think it's the cord process. It's a bone. I don't know the bone name, but I know it's there, and this is fat. You can look it up if you don't believe me. But you have the bone here that comes over, and when it comes up, you're gonna guess what impingement is? The tendons hit that thing because you don't have enough room inside your joint. So to fix that, make sure you're always doing a little bit more pulling or equally pulling on your main lifts, and then you want to add in like the external rotations and these kind of movements I'm showing you here. That's really going to strengthen your back and your rear delts and your rotator cuff. That's going to open up those shoulders. Make sure you always stretch your shoulders out really good. I mean, stretch your front delts and chest. You can do it just sitting here, or really good when I do, just anytime. Just take your hands, put them together behind you. Put them right here on your butt, and just bring your chest up really good. Just me doing that right now, I'm feeling my front delt stretch. And then another one with the chest. If you don't have to have anything, you can just sit here and do this. You're gonna feel your pecs stretching like crazy. Throw those in throughout the day, throughout the week, and it's gonna really improve your physique. Even if you don't have problems, go ahead and start doing those as prehab instead of rehab. It's always better to stretch out your pecs and front delts so you don't run into those problems. Now on to the sixth tip. Everybody, now for the sixth tip, you're gonna need a t-shirt, a rope of some sort. If you're at your gym, obviously we'll have this, or just wear an extra shirt and use it. These two are gonna be stretches. Now this stretch here, just throw this rope over your back, grab onto it like this, and you wanna pull down with this front arm, and then grip as good as you can with that, and it's really gonna stretch. This is gonna be stretching my left shoulder this way, and then you flip it right on over, same thing the other side. You know what I'm saying? And then pull down here, you wanna get that good stretch. Make sure your hand isn't slipping too much if you're pulling, but then if you're doing this, you know what I'm saying, you're not getting much stretch on your muscles. So try to keep that locked in and get a good stretch. Now with stretching, it's always better to stretch warm, but you can stretch cold. I stretch cold a lot. Just go until you feel a little stretch and then sit there. You don't have to make it crazy intense. If it's stretching at all, you're getting the benefit. So you want to incorporate some of those. Now, the other stretch, get on the ground floor. Come on, son. You want to sit down like this, or lay down. Bend your legs. Okay. Put your arm out here at 90 degrees. You want to keep your arm at 90 degrees here too. You want to lean over into it. Don't be sitting back like this. You want to make sure you lean over into it. And just drop this down like this. You're going to hold it. You're going to feel that stretching all up in your rotator cuff from your shoulder. Alright, now if that's a little too hard, you can bring it in, this angle. But I suggest just start at 90 degrees. Again, always lean into it. Don't be back here, it's not gonna hit it right. You lean into it, you ensure that's hitting your shoulder good. And even if that's all you can stretch, even that right there is stretching me pretty good. Just sit there and hold that stretch. After a couple sets, you'll start loosening it up and keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. So now, I believe we're on to number 7, the 7th tip. Here we go. All right, everybody, now back here at the house for tip number 7. Reason I couldn't do it at the gym, I didn't bring these 2 tools with me here, which is what the 7th tip is. Foam rolling. You can use a foam roll like this. There's a bunch of different shapes and designs you can get. You can get them smooth. You can see this one has a little rivets. You can get them with the big rivets sticking out. Basically, the harder it is, the more it's gonna work into the muscle, which is the better. It's gonna hurt more, yes, but you get better benefit out of it. And here I got a lacrosse ball. You can use a tennis ball or anything like that, but lacrosse ball again is harder than tennis ball, so I like to use it gets in there better. What you're gonna do with these, I'm gonna get down here on the floor in a minute. Use these to foam roll out your pecs and your front delt. Again, like I keep alluding to, it's always better to have a more open front here of your body and your back pull back. You don't wanna be like this, you know what I'm saying? You wanna be kind of up, back. So you almost can really, I mean, obviously to a point you can, but you almost really can't stretch and foam roll your chest and front delts enough, you know what I'm saying? Or too much really is what I mean to say. Almost the more the better to an extent. I'm gonna get down here, I'm gonna show y'all how to foam roll your chest and your front delts, what I mean, and how to use both of them and how you need to foam roll. All right, everybody, just got down here on the ground. Now when you're foam rolling your chest out, you want to always go with the fibers of your chest. So, if you know the fibers of your chest run this way, right? Out and over this way. Simple, just flex your muscle and then you can know which way the fibers go. So, when you foam roll, you want to foam roll with your fibers. So when I do chest, you just come right here down on it. Okay? Now, the more pressure you put on the foam roller, the more it's really gonna work into your muscle, which you want better. So you can kind of see how I do it with my feet here. I just kind of get it like this. And sometimes I'll even take one hand off. Just go back and forth. Work over the whole muscle. And you can do a little half rep, you know, you can do like a third of it. Do the middle third, the outer third, the middle. I normally go for about sometimes 50, 20 reps, you know, maybe do a couple rounds. Want to really get in there and break those muscle knots up. You got any knots? Because when you build muscle, basically you're tearing the fibers down and they're just growing back, and like, they can grow back in different areas. That's basically what a muscle knot is. They just keep growing on top of each other, and it makes knots there. So you want to really work those out. And this is really going to improve your range of motion as well. Foam rolling is. I've even read and heard that foam rolling is even better for range of motion than stretching is. But so you can use the foam roller here, that's for chest. Now for the front delt, you just come down. Again, look how the muscle runs, it runs this way. So you just turn it like this. Get on the ground. I normally keep one knee up. I normally put a pillow under my knee so it don't hurt as much. But like this here, just roll up and down, up and down. Find any spot that hurts really good. Kind of working around that. Now, cross ball's good. I do this sometimes up on the counter there. It's a little bit easier for the chest. But same thing, you just put it down in there. You can just get in there a lot better. Same thing with the front delt. You just put it here. And the more pressure you put on it, the more it's going to dig in your muscle, which is better. Now, that's it for tip number 7. Now, got a little bonus clip here for y'all back in the gym. So, see you on that one. All right, everybody. Now, I just said how important it is to train your rear delt just as much as your front delt, if not more, right? So this is my go-to rear delt exercise, rope face pulls. Now come a little closer, I'll show you the grips here. I normally grip it like this. You can grip it like this. I've done that before. Or you can grip it like this. For me, for the most control and least amount of hurt, because once your fingers, my fingers start slipping on this rope, so then it's just jamming all my fingers together. This is what I found works best for me. And this, I found I can't hold as much weight like this. So Come here, again, this exercise, you want to stay high in reps. I'd say 12 to 15 for sure. Always go for 15 is my goal. Just got light here to show you all the form. But once you get heavier, you're gonna have to start leaning back, but that's besides the point. You wanna come here again, make sure your chest is up really good. Pull right up to your forehead. Now you can play with the angles. You can pull to your chin. You can pull up above your head. I found what works best for me is just kind of right at eye level, right about there. Now the thing is, when you're pulling, you want to be pulling all with your rear delts. Now you will feel this some in your upper traps and your I'm drawing a blank right now, but you'll feel it in your upper traps mostly and in between your shoulder blades, but they will take over if you let them. That's why start light, perfect the form. Make sure you're feeling it all in your rear delt when you pull. Even when you come back, don't completely do this. Keep your chest up, keep your rear delts engaged. Even here, I got stress on my rear delts, I feel them. Pull all with your rear delts. You don't want to be feeling any upper back if you can. You need to really build that mind-muscle connection on your rear delts. Now the next exercise you can do for rear delts, the Ys and Ts will hit your rear delts some. But for these, you can just do flies with dumbbells, and you can do them standing up like this. You know what I'm saying? Again, keep your chest up really good, keep your back flat. Again, you want to feel it all with your rear delts. Again, you will feel this in between your shoulder blades and your upper back, but you want to feel it all with your rear delts. And you can even bring your hands palms facing back. You can even go palms facing forward. You can also do these seated, like this. Or, the way I like to do them, when I do these, on the incline. Just sit like this. Or you can sit all the way down. Just when I do them, I like to sit like this. Just chest supported. These right here let you really isolate your rear delts. And again, you can do any variation in the hand grips here. So those are just 2 exercises there for the rear delts. Again, those other ones I said earlier will hit your rear delts. It's very crucial to hit your rear delts. I never used to do them. I got the shoulder impingement, starting to incorporate them, starting to incorporate these things I'm telling y'all now. All these other tips don't have shoulder impingement anymore. I got really good range of motion in my shoulders, really healthy shoulders. And that's what I want y'all to have too. So appreciate y'all watching the video. Go and hit the like button if you enjoyed it, if I helped y'all in any way. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm always gonna be coming out with a bunch of fitness tips and vlogs and just a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff planned for the channel. And comment anything you'd like to see on the channel, or anything about the video, or anything you'd like to see. Go ahead and share it. That's gonna help me reach more people. I wanna share this knowledge to as many people as I can, help as many people as I can, because I know a lot of people have shoulder pain, like the majority of people, the majority of the population. So if I could help one person, great. If I can help 100 people, awesome. If I help 1,000 people, that's way better. You know what I'm saying? The more people I can reach, they get this knowledge to them, the better. So see y'all in the next video. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace out, everybody.